So let us kick things off with the front page of the Daily Mail. Yeah.
So they've got ministers pledging to house cross-channel migrants on barges moored off the British coast, as well as ex-military bases and disused ship. This is in an attempt to slash the taxpayers' £3.5 billion bill for hotels for cross-channel migrants. Apparently there's 50,000 people in 400 hotels. I don't know, it sounds like a good deal. £3.5 billion is about what you'd pay for a family of four to go to Centre Parks during the holidays.
But yeah, £150 a night, apparently, for each individual asylum seeker. That seems a lot, frankly, doesn't it? I mean, surely you get some sort of deal going,
even for government procurement, that sounds like they're paying over the odds.
I stayed in a travel lodge at the weekend for 30 quid. It seems the going rate.
Well, you're quite right. They've been stung, haven't they? Because if you go to any of the aggregator sites or whatever they're called, you know, like the not TripAdvisor, the
Booking.com and such like,
and so on, the price of hotel rooms fluctuates according to demand, doesn't it?
Yeah. So there's obviously a lot of demand right now.
Yeah. There's a lot of demand.
Although if anybody's worried about their taxes being spent willy-nilly, this is actually coming out of foreign aid. So it boggles my mind that, you know, left-wing people are like, oh no, we need to have, you know, as many people coming across the channel as possible, and the money to house them is coming out of foreign aid. So basically, left-wing people want us to pay for Albanian men to stay in hotels here instead of paying for water in Africa.
Well, it's always been the case. It's always been the case that the British government is better actually at providing help for refugees closer to the actual catastrophe, whether it be a war or a famine or whatever, and less good perhaps because it's further away at actually housing those or welcoming those in who travel away from the catastrophe.
It is.
But it invests a lot in sort of camps and so on quite near the...
It is a political choice, of course, and it's an accounting thing when you're stripping the foreign aid budget to pay for the hotels. I mean, it's an obscenity that it's going to hotels, although domestic hoteliers are making a lot of money out of it. So, in a sense, it's reinvesting in the economy, isn't it?
I mean, at some point, it will become sufficient of an incentive, I suppose, for people to start buying up places and opening them and making available for that sort of thing. I mean, it's not going to
incrementally, marginally. That's exactly what will be happening, of course.
Well, the plan is to disincentivise people coming across the channel in the first place. So, I mean, at the moment, they're having adverts played. The people traffickers are playing adverts on TikTok saying, "Come to Britain, you'll stay in this amazing 4-star hotel with a spa and all the rest of it." So, if instead they're staying in a barge moored off the coast of Britain before being sent to Rwanda, it's not going to be as enticing.
I think they should show them the first sort of 15 minutes of Great Expectations, the recent very dark adaptation in which you see Magwitch sort of breaking off the prison, and maybe they'll get a sense of what awaits them there. You know, a few rats and a bit of burning straw underfoot might just be enough of might just tilt the balance away, stay on the north of France.
There are a lot of disused MOD facilities all around the country as well, and there, I understand, are being looked at as viable sites. And of course, there's a civil unrest element to this as well. The government's quite rightly and understandably very keen to take the migrants or the asylum seekers away from the city centres, which are, of course, now attracting the demonstration.